get anywhere near getting in that shot motion. And of course, anything in that shot motion is going to send him to the line in a potential three-point play. But the on-ball defense has been stellar for Seattle, and they're going to need one more big stop at least.
Seattle has such great defenders on the floor. Breon January's great, Gabby's great, Brianna's great, Jewel's great, and there's a foul on Epiphany Prince. There's the one to give. A little quicker than I anticipated, but
yeah, not going to the bucket either. That was a bit fast.
So now any foul will send New York to the free throw line. So you got to be careful. Takes a little bit of your aggressiveness away. Dolson left open. Now Dangerfield with it. 9 seconds left to Allen. Shake and bake move. Goes all the way to the 10 and scores with 4.8 left. And Noel Quinn wants to take a timeout. So people staying home right there and defending the jump shot and not collapsing? What happened there?
Yeah, that was a straight line drive from Rebecca Allen and no rotation. There was a mix-up, and Jewel Lloyd just gets beat off the dribble, and you see Epiphany Prince get pinned by Dolson. This is a great job by Dolson, but you can't give up that straight line drive. And you wonder with Jewel Lloyd, she's played 37 minutes in this game, and it just looked like she stood up in her stance there, and Allen, who hit the three just a few moments ago, Jewel up to take away the three, right, and got beat straight to the cup. Then you just wonder, putting so many minutes and asked to do so many things in this game, that might have a little bit of those weary legs. But this is what you want. 4.8 seconds in a tie game. You have the ability, even if you miss, you're in control. You're on your home floor as you go to overtime. But the ball is in your hands, literally.
No timeouts left for either side. Gabby Williams gets it. That's a good look to the lane with 3 seconds left. Puts it up, and Gabby's going to go to the free throw line. Boy, a breakdown in New York's defense as Gabby Williams found herself wide open on the drive and got all the way to the cup with 2.3.
And Gabby has shot just 2 free throws all season long, which is just crazy because she's so athletic and can get to the rim. She's made those 2.
But she's been in many, many pressure situations, both in the pros and in college. You kidding me? That thing hung for over a second on the front iron.
That rim did not want it.
Here's the second one from Gabby. Looked like a violation. Offensive rebound, Lloyd, ball loose on the floor. And what do we have?
It sure looked like Natasha Howard stepped into the lane. Did she just kind of pump?
It looked like there was a lot of activity before Gabby Williams put the free throw up. I don't know if they're reviewing that or reviewing whether there's a
time
jump
before. I think they're looking at how much time is on the clock. But boy, it sure looked like Howard pumped on the foul line. And then that ball popcorning out whenever they called the timeout is, I think, what they're looking on. Let's look at Howard. Oh, she's clearly in the lane.
And so
how do you miss that?
Both of them are in the lane.
I mean, how do you miss that? But the whistle not coming, and so then here, the ball is kind of popcorned around, and at this point is when Dolson has it.
Let time come off the clock. So it wouldn't have mattered because once the ball's in play, you can't go back and review that lane violation.
Yeah, that is won by 2 different players on both sides of the lane that are in, and you don't hear the whistle. And then this is where she gets it. And with 0.2 seconds, this is actually silly because you can't get a shot off unless it's a tip. So you have to have 0.3 seconds on the clock to attempt a shot, unless it is a tip.
They have declared we are going to overtime. We are going to overtime at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle, New York tied at 60.
Piff will head to the foul line.
Well, Seattle's earned it in this overtime, no question about it. They have played the better stretch of basketball as Epiphany Prince knocks it down. And let's face it, there's a question as if we should have ever gone to overtime, as Gabby Williams did not get the benefit of what was an obvious double lane violation on Dolson and Howard with 2 seconds left to go on a Gabby Williams free throw. The free throws are good. It's 77-71, and now you just got to defend the three-point strike.
Yeah, and I think for Seattle, a sigh of relief that no Sammy Whitcomb, no Natasha Howard, who have both fouled out, two capable three-point shooters. As Nate Robinson cheering on the Seattle Storm. Nice crowd out here on a Friday night of Memorial Day weekend.
Seattle shooting just 34.7% and 29% from three-point range. But a big difference in this game, Elise, 20 made free throws for a team that does not make a lot or take a lot of free throws compared to the rest of the WNBA. And Breanna Stewart, of course, setting a personal best, 13 of 16.
Well, I think for Seattle, because they were shorthanded and did not get word until right before shoot-around, day of the game, they'd practiced for 5 days in a row, or had the ability for 5 days in a row, a full week in between games, and you have to completely change your game plan with no Ezi Magmagor, no Sue Bird, no Stephanie Talbot, and they've done a nice job just creating.
Ionescu forces one up over January. Badly missed. Rebound to Gabby Williams. And Seattle looks like they're going to walk away with a victory. So at least Seattle in the first game of the season shot 53%. But in the following 5 games, now 6 games, every single one of them has been below 43%. And they are last in the league in field goal percentage at under 40%. How much of a concern is that going forward? Or how much is it just, hey, it's a stretch of poor shooting games and they're a better shooting team than that?
Well, I think everybody knows they're a better shooting team than that. I think it is not fair to assess anything that Seattle has done because they haven't been full. They have not had their full complement of players for any game this season without Mercedes Russell, but certainly without Sue or without Stewie or Epiphany Prince or Stephanie Talbot or Ezi. I mean, this is tough.
Stewie hounded there, 35 feet from the basket, and she'll go to the free throw line to try to add to this lead. One more free throw and it'll be academic. It'll be a 3-possession game.
Now this Seattle Storm team in the midst of an 8-game homestand. And this was a big one today for Noelle Quinn and the Storm. So short-handed. Just 8 healthy bodies. One of them signed today. Had not practiced. Kiana Williams, who was with the team last year. But it was tough today, and they rose to the challenge.
Dangerfield poked from behind into the hands of Jewell Loyd, and she will milk it out, crossing the timeline. And once again, for the 3rd straight game, Seattle has to survive.